Hey everyone, this is Shomita and welcome back to another vlog. Today is excited day because we are finally leaving Kuala Lumpur for a little trip to Melaka with mom and dad. We have already explored so many places in Kuala Lumpur together. But now it is time for our first out of the town trip. Yes, we already visited Genting, but this is our whole family's new place to go because we also never been to Melaka before. And today's vlog is all about the beginning of that journey. We are going to Kuala Lumpur to Melaka by bus, and for that we came to TBS. Now, if you don't know, the TBS stands for I'll put that thing in the bottom. And it is one of the biggest and busiest bus terminal in Kuala Lumpur. From here, buses goes to so many different places over Malaysia. It was opened in 2011 to make travel easier and more organized because earlier people had to go different bus stands in different places. So now if you want to go to places like Melaka, Johor, Penang or many other cities, most people come here. And honestly, this is our first time coming to TBS. So we were excited and also a little confused. We decided to come TBS by cab, and honestly I think that is the easiest and most convenient option. Because we had mom, dad, our bags, and of course after so many days of traveling, nobody wanted to drag luggage through trains and stations. So we booked a cab and directly came here. And the moment we reached, the first thing we all said was, wow, this place is huge. From the outside itself, it looked like an airport. There were so many entrances, so many people, and so many signs. And everyone seems to know where they are going. Of course, except us. We were just standing there with our bags and looking around like, okay, now what? Dad was confidently walking in the direction as if he knew everything. Then after 2 minutes he stopped and said, maybe not this side. Honestly, that was the mood of all of us. Even Rishin was acting like he knows the way. He was saying, come, come, I think this is the way. And then 5 minutes later, we were back exactly where we started. So basically, all of us together made one very confused travel team. The moment we entered inside, it honestly felt even bigger. There are different floors, food, shops, waiting areas, counter, ticket machines and huge screen showing the bus timing and gate numbers. There were also so many people everywhere, families, students, tourists, everyone carrying their bags and rushing somewhere. From a moment, we just stood there and looked around. Mom was quietly looking at everything. Dad was already checking the signs. Rishin was pretending to understand the map. And I was just trying not to get lost. We had already booked our ticket from RedBus before coming. So in our mind, we thought it would be easy. We thought we would just show the ticket and get on the bus. Simple. But no. Of course, there had to be a little adventure before the adventure. So first, we started finding our gate. And honestly, this took much longer than we expected. There were so many gates numbered, so many screens. We kept checking on the tickets, then checking the board, then checking the ticket again. Dad was reading the board, Rishin was reading the phone, and I was reading both and still understanding nothing. At one point, we all walked confidently on one side. Then after reaching there, we realized we were completely wrong. So then we all turned around and started walking back again. I think if somebody saw us, they would immediately know this was our first time in TBS. Mom by then just one smiling and saying, you people find it, I'll just follow. Honestly, that was probably the smartest decision. Finally, after roaming around like a lost tourist for quite some time, we reached the gate area. And just we thought we had done everything, we found out there is one more step. So apparently, even if you book your ticket online from the RedBus, you still cannot directly go inside. You first have to get your boarding pass. And we had absolutely no idea about this. So for the new few seconds, we were just standing like, wait, what? We already have the tickets, now do we need another ticket? But yes, apparently you have to scan your ticket and print a boarding pass before entering the gate. Of course, there is a counter specifically for this. We also go there, and there is counter, as I told you, there is a counter for it, and there is also some small extra charges. I think it was found one or two ringgit per person. Not a lot, but still, when you already paid for the tickets and then suddenly there is one more thing, you feel little betrayed. Dad immediately said, again money. How much? And honestly, we all laughed. Because at that point, after all the walking and confusion, this felt almost funny. So, if you are also traveling from TBS for the first time, remember this important thing. Even if you buy your bus tickets online, do not forget to collect the boarding pass before going to the gate. Otherwise, you will stand there confused like this. Finally, we got the boarding pass, and after that, we felt so relieved. It was like finishing one small exam. Luckily, we had come early, and honestly, that was very good idea. Because if we come at the last moment, we would probably still be searching for the gate right now. Since we still had time before the bus, we decided to walk around a little and explore the TBS. And this place is honestly like a mini mall. There were cafe, food stall, convenience store, little shops, places to sit, and even people sleeping while waiting for the buses. We slowly walked around and looked at everything. Dad wanted to see all the shops, Mom wanted to sit, and Rishin somehow found food within 2 minutes. I do not know how he does this, but no matter where we go, he always notices the food first. Actually, no, he found the clothes first, where he can shop. Even in bus terminal, he bought 2 t-shirts. He was already saying, should we eat something before the bus? And all of us like, after everything we had already ate today. But still, somehow we ended up looking for the food shops anyway. Because honestly, traveling and eating always go together. After walking around for some times, we finally found a place to sit. And honestly, that felt so nice. Because after all this of walking around Kuala Lumpur and then today again coming to BTS with bags, all of us are already tired. So we just sat there for a while and relaxed. And honestly, I was getting more and more excited because now it is finally started to feel real. We are actually going to Melaka. Dad started asking what we are going to see there. Mom asked if there will be a lot of walking again. And all of us immediately started laughing. Because after last few days, I think Mom already knows that every vlog somehow becomes a walking vlog. I told her, no, tomorrow will be easy. But honestly, I do not think, even believe that.
কি মজা পায় কে জানে।
हम लोग जा रहे हैं
বোঝা
बस
যাচ্ছে।
पे, लेकिन उसके भी बोर्डिंग पास लगता है, उसका फैसिलिटी फी देना पड़ता है।
তুই হঠাৎ করে হিন্দিতে বলতে শুরু করলে।
अगर हम लोग कभी इसी प्रक्रिया को देश में चालू करें तो बोलिए कितना लात और घुसे गवर्नमेंट को पड़ेगा।
শুধু বাজে কথা। বড় সড়ো
कोई
ইয়ে
नहीं देगा
ফেসিলিটি ফি এক্সট্রা লাগে কত 1.70 ringgit per person to get the boarding pass. So okay, let's go and get on the bus. Got the boarding bus. Let's go. First have some food before sandwiches वगैरह कोথায় আছে?
गरम गरम हॉट डॉग गरम गरम
I need some sandwiches. That's it. So hot. Japanese egg mayo রয়েছে।
ও ইয়ের মতো মেট্রোর মতো
স্ক্যানারটা স্ক্যান করবে। এই যে এটা স্ক্যান করো। আরে যেতে দাও তারপরে তা।
হ্যালো আচ্ছা আচ্ছা দে আমাকে দে
কিচ্ছু লাগবে না, আমার টিকিটটা ধরো, যাও
চল চল
যাও।
চল না তোর পিছনেই থাকবো চল
After waiting for some more time, finally it was time to go. We picked up our bags again, checked the tickets again, checked the boarding pass again, and just to make sure this time everything was correct. Then we started walking towards the gate, and this time finally we actually knew where to go. So it felt much easier. We showed the boarding pass, crossed through the gate, and went towards the bus area. And when we finally saw our bus, honestly, we us got excited. Because after all the confusion, all the walking, after all the searching, now we were finally here. We slowly go inside, found our seat, kept our bags, and finally sat down. The moment we were all sat, all of us looked each other and feeling was relieved. Like yes, we made it. And I just thinking how funny and memorable even this small part of the journey became. Because sometimes the travel story starts even before you reach the destination. And today definitely felt like that. An actual road trip to Melaka. The journey, the views and everything after reaching there will be next vlog. And trust me, that is going to be even more exciting. So that is today's vlog. If you planning to go Melaka from Kuala Lumpur by bus, I hope this video helps you a little. Come early, bring your ticket and do not forget the boarding pass. And maybe also bring some patience. Because if you are it your first time, there is very high chance that you will also roam around like us. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this vlog, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.
25, 26, 27, তাই তো? চার্জারও রয়েছে, চার্জার পয়েন্ট রয়েছে। এটা কি কালার? এটা এ হুক আছে তো। কমফর্ট ওকে ওকে
ওকে থ্যাংক ইউ।
সব 4টে টিকিট তোমার কাছে মা?
4টে লাগবে
না, keep it for souvenir.
গাছেও লাগবে না,
দেখে নিল তো।
এখানেই হয়ে গেল ব্যাস, আবার উঠে আবার
না 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 ওরকম আর উঠে টিটি চেক কর।
কেন ট্রেনে উঠলে টিটি এসে দেখে,
দুবার চেক করলো না?
জানি
দুবার দেখে নিলে আবার কি না করলে তো তুমি উঠতেই পারবে না ট্রেনের মতো।
আর ট্রেনেও তো দেখে টিটি, না ট্রেনেও টিটি দেখে,
ট্রেনে তো এত রকম সিকিউরিটি থাকে না, তাই দেখে। বেশি